Okay, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
I hope all are there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we will have a
Yes,
very
sir.
brief introduction to group planning exercise, which otherwise, for some students in the initial stage, sounds little difficult. It sounds as if some military exercise is there or something like that, but it is not so. It is a very simple test which is pitched at your age, your experience, and some kind of common sense. So from that perspective, you must pay attention that this is common sense based exercise. It is not a purely military exercise. Okay. So I'll share presentation and with the help of which we will understand it. We'll take one small exercise also. Can you see the PPT?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone who is not able to see depends upon network also. The speed of presentation which is relate to you. I hope everyone can see.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Group planning exercise. This is typically the scenario how you will be actually facing in SSB. This is one picture which should give you impression how it will be conducted. Just try and see. Here is a GTO. This is a GTO exercise actually. Second exercise we will come to it. All the aspects. This is a group of students candidates, and here is a wooden board on which there is something sketch kind of thing, and this is what is a model. You can call it some kind of exercise depicted on a model which will be brief to you. We will see how exactly it is conducted, but this is to give you glimpses, some kind of visualization that how it will be exactly conducted. Okay, this picture should help you the conduct part of it, how exactly you sit, how you interact, how the assessor is watching closely your activities. Okay, let's come to the minor aspects about group planning exercise. This is a second task on GTO one day. We all know that there are 9 tests GTO conducts, and out of these 9 tests, each test has got specific purpose, because GTO is also trying to find out 15 officer like qualities in you. So through these 9 tests, series of tests spread over on 2 days, GTO is trying to figure out whether you are fit enough to be recommended. So it starts with day one group discussion. In that there are two group discussion and followed by group discussion. Here comes the group planning exercise. It consists of situational problem. Try and understand this word. Just before this exercise, you had group discussions. There, in the first group discussion, you were told two topics out of which one topic was chosen by your group, and you had multi-directional discussion. It was up to the individuals and the group in which direction you want to go carry those discussions. It was liberty for you, it was a freedom for you. Whatever logics, facts, figures, examples you could give, It was your ingenuity. It was your freedom of expression and trying to convince that how much knowledge you have or how much logical, analytical mind you have. Now, here is a different scenario. Here, there is a situation. There is some exercise setting up. There is particular narration given to you. We will see in the conduct part that you are brought into a situational dimension. You are in a scenario, particular scenario, something like in psychological test, you can compare SRT versus TAT. In thematic appreciation test, a picture is shown. It is up to you what kind of theme you want to imagine. And in the SRT, situation reaction test, a situation is painted. You have to give specific reaction depending upon your way of thinking, logic, experience. But situation is painted to you. Here, it is a setting. A scenario is built up. We'll see an example. Okay. So from this situation, there emerges and likely to be expected a purposeful discussion. Now understand what is this purposeful discussion and why it is kept. See, in any subject, when you know the nitty-gritties of that subject or the reasons behind it, there is more chances that you will deliver in much better way expected lines. So from that perspective, try and understand what exactly this test is aiming for, looking for, then you should be able to deliver in a better way. Okay, when we say purposeful discussion, it is to create interdependent interactions promotively in a social situation. You are a group of 10. You don't know each other much apart from the group discussion you might have just undergone. You barely know each other's name. And here, in a particular setting, the GTO says you 10 are there and now find out solution. So you start interacting. It is a social situation with a challenge, with some problems, and how you behave, how your chemistry about body language comes out. That is what is the GTO is assessing. Second point, which you must understand, to make one competitively interrelated to others. In group discussion, you were in competition, but here it is now as a team, you're trying to convince each other how we will solve this common problem with a view to achieve recognition of one's ideas and plans in the group and have the same accepted. Everyone is trying to solve a problem. Like in a football match, everyone wants a score. Everyone wants we should take a lead. But ultimately, goal will happen with coordination. And only the forward players are likely to give that final touch. But there is a build up right from your own goalkeeper who is actually theoretically not going for goal, but he is purely in defense. But he is also contributing to the overall goal because it is a team effort. You need to understand this is exactly is the situation here. You as a team will solve a problem. Just a moment, someone wants to join. I have to come out of that session and then okay, Tejas is there. Tejas, how are you?
Fine, sir. Sorry, sir, for being late. I was in some work.
Okay, no issue. We are discussing group planning exercise. In that, try and understand this is a purposeful discussion. This affords a selection of possible solutions and different ways of approach. You need not be cyclosant, कुछ पढ़ा पढ़ाया इधर उधर से सुना सुनाया. No, have your own innovative approach. Have logics depending upon your you. Firstly, you should get convinced. Then only you can convince others. GTO's second exercise, and this is the first time a team endeavor is addressed. You must understand, GTO is seeing you as a team player and your overall team is under observation. How you contribute. When you are trying to prove that you are giving better solutions, there is a fine balance. Are you a team player or not? Or you are alone moving towards goalpost without seeking anyone's help or cooperating with anyone? That should not be the scenario. It should not emerge that way. It should not depict your behavior that way, a selfish behavior. You need to guard against that. You need to prove that you are a best team player. Very important. Need for common solution introduces a sense of competition in this particular setup. Now see the dichotomy. There is a sense of competition and there is a fine balance warranted, expected, team player and sense of competition. You are fighting with each other in a literal sense to prove that you know best and you are giving the convincing solutions. But at the same time, you must not forget that whole team need to be carried along. Exactly this happens in all GTO tests. This is just a beginning of it in the group planning exercise. In group discussion, it was free flow discussion. It was not towards any common conclusion. This is the first step where GTO is now expecting you as a team should be looking like one. Something like in your family, you may be 5 people, 4 people, 10 people, but to the outer world, you are one. And that is what is the greatness of a team, effective team. So you must behave that way that you are a good binding team player, a very cooperative, coordinating, and you are not actually disrupting the bonhomie of team. The team is not getting into fragments because of you. Someone else may be disturbing, but you are still trying to coordinate better. That should be your endeavor. Okay, there are two phases. One is individual planning phase. Second one is group planning phase. In the individual planning phase, each candidate is required to write down his own solution or her own solution to the problem. You get 10 minutes to write. Then comes group planning phase, where as a team you discuss. When the candidates are made to mutually discuss the problem and to work out a common solution and plan of action. This is a just introduction to the group planning exercise. Any doubts so far?
No, sir.
No doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, we will go to the next. There are 6 stages of this particular exercise. Firstly, group testing officer will brief you. Here comes a caution. In each aspect of SSB, not only here, you must listen all briefings very, very carefully. Develop that habit. You must listen briefing of GPE also very carefully. There may be a minor correction here and there. You must catch it. Pay attention. And then it will be a sitting arrangement and explaining the model. You will be made to sit generally in a U shape or a half circle, something like that, the way you saw in picture just now. Then the narrative will be read out by GTO and explained. At the end, he will ask any doubt. If at all there is any clarification required, accept solution. You may ask doubt about any particular point, but before asking doubt, be doubly sure that you are not making fool of you. If it is a genuine doubt and probably the group also has a doubt, so you must clarify it before you move forward or plan something. And there is no harm in asking doubt if it is a genuine clarification. So you don't hesitate. You must ask. Then you are given 5 minutes to read that narrative. A page will be handed over to you. You will read it and correlate with the model kept in front of you, the way you saw in just that picture. You read and correlate. GTO has already explained to you all aspects of that narrative on the model. And if there is any doubt, you will ask, and thereafter you will read. Once you have finished with reading, now actual solution part or the answer part starts. In that, first individually you will write your solutions. That is, individual planning is the stage. In that individual planning, you are not supposed to interact with anyone. This is purely your individual test. You will write solution. We will see format of solution. I will suggest how to write. You can have your own way actually. Don't copy anyone um, writing better or something like that. You can have your own way. Practice it. Keep in your notebook that this is how you will be writing. And then comes 10 to 15 minutes group discussion towards arriving for common solution. These are the 6 stages or a overall pattern of this GPE. Okay, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, now we will come to, I will explain group planning stage, which is important. What exactly is happening, what exactly is expected. I hope you are able to see a slide. Group planning.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you mutually discuss the problem and to, what is the aim? To work out a common solution. It is not your test, your team's test. Every moment you must not forget कि अकेले नहीं दौड़ रहे हो आप. ये आपकी पूरे टीम की रेस है. समथिंग लाइक रिले रेस होती है. अकेला कोई फर्स्ट आके नहीं चलेगा. वो रिले रेस की तरफ सबका कोऑर्डिनेशन हेल्प इज रिक्वायर्ड. And some of the qualities are literally visible, whether you are cooperative, you have basic sense of team, something like that. Okay, what is the recommended sequence when you speak or interact or your group discusses? Systematically define the problem. There may be 4 problems, one red herring and 3 prominent problems. Red herring means a problem which is of lesser importance. Even if you negate it, will not be a big problem. So in that exercise setting, there are 3 to 4 or even 5 can be challenges. And you set a priority depending upon the importance, criticality, life threatening situation. You prioritize those challenges. When you prioritize, of course, you are a group, you will simultaneously solve. But when we say prioritize, it is that hypothetical situation when if you are alone or you are only two, then one by one you will solve. So what will be your top priority if you are given that kind of setting? Okay, only two are there or you are the only one. So one by one perforce you will solve. So from that angle, this priority is set. Whereas in actual solution, you generally a group of 10 people will simultaneously divide and solve all these problems in similar time frame. So don't get confused when they say priority. The priority is to bring out which is your topmost analytical priority and which has to be judiciously kept in mind that life threatening situations at times there may be two challenges, and in that how you prioritize which one is the topmost. Okay, analyzing various issues, you must understand the whole narrative. Okay, you should not be getting confused कि इसमें ओवरऑल सिनारियो क्या है. आप एक दो चीजों पे ही मत अटक जाइए. You must analyze overall scenario and various issues. Then you must have a little bit alternatives during discussions. What kind of probable, क्योंकि हर आदमी अपनी तरफ से सोच रहा है. You can have your own way of thinking. You must bring out why you are giving that point with some kind of logic. Then comparing, evaluating. You must be able to evaluate, weigh all alternatives. And that is what is leadership is. You just don't do like a worker. You have some kind of evaluation. You some supporting factors. Why you are doing this? And in discussion it should come out why exactly you are doing this, or route planning, or group of 2 or 3, or some kind of resource utilization, why you are thinking that way. Agreement on decision to which all or majority are committed. When the majority is moving in one direction, you don't object, then you must cooperate, agree to that, even though you think heart of heart that you are telling the best. Still, the group wants the other way. Go with the group. After giving your own logics, if the group is not getting convinced, you must happily join the group. You must be with the group. And now try and support, correct if required, whatever is that point. Little bit correction if required, bring in. Join the group. Okay. Each candidate naturally tries to make others accept his or her solution. That is what is fight is going on. The resultant interplay of conflicting wishes. This is very important to understand. You may be contradicting to each other, but after reasonable discussion, you must move forward. At times, the group doesn't move forward, and that is a problem. You should be the one who should be able to maneuver and take the group forward. Don't let your group stuck. You must remind your group we have to move forward. And this kind of attempt, endeavor, GTO will notice. This conflicting wishes and ideas enables the GTO to observe how the individual tries to impress himself or herself on others. GTO is watching your endeavor, your attempt. Now, GTO's point of view, whether or not a candidate shows signs of beginning to adapt himself or herself to being a member of the group. This is a very interesting journey now with the GTO. Adaptation, social adaptation, little bit common sense, how to operate in a group. GTO is noticing those angles, those behavioral pattern in you. GTO will not interrupt unless warranted. If the group is going haywire, then GTO may interrupt and control the group. Okay, any doubts so far?
No, sir.
Now try and understand. Just a moment. The red background points. What actually are the areas where you will be judged when it comes to solution part? Individually also and group wise also. How is the grasp of overall situation by you? What aim you and your group highlighted? What priorities you gave to your challenges sorting out? What are the resources you thought? How was your time plan and overall solutions? These are the major areas in group planning exercise the GTO will observe in individual solution and overall group solution. Okay, you must understand this is the broad important aspects of group planning exercise. Now coming to the values or the OLQs or the qualities which GTO is observing when you are operating in this exercise. I hope the slide is visible. Values.
Yes, sir.
Okay. First and foremost,
Yes, sir.
ability to grasp the situation as a whole and in detail. When you open your mouth there, the way you talk, it is very easily identifiable that how much you understood. What was the overall grasp you could take on that particular setting, overall understanding. It will be easy to notice by the GTO. Your ability to think constructively and imaginatively. There are two words throughout SSB, not only here. I'm talking about throughout SSB. Must remember assertive and constructive. Throughout SSB, you must sound assertive. Who is the assertive fellow? A person who is confident, a person who is analytical, a person knows what exactly is happening. The assertiveness, when you're pushing your points and you are trying to make a headway, that reflects overall body language, confidence, and your maturity as a leader, everything. So, assertive. And second is constructive. The fine balance between these two. When we say constructive, you should be able to take your team along. You must be best team player. Your plan and actions should not disturb the chemistry of the group. It should not break the fabric of the teamwork. When you are pushing your ideas or your view, if the group is not accepting, try and balance it out by constructive nature of yourself. Just sacrifice your point, even if it is very good. GTO has already heard. Your job is done. Now show the constructive part of it. So fine balance between assertive and constructive is very important. Okay, this particular point is clear, which I was saying. Everybody,
Yes, sir.
assertive and constructive. Okay, objectivity of the view. You understand what is uh, multiple choice questions and theoretical questions. There is a difference. In a theoretical answers, at times you go here and there, you beat around the bush. Okay, you may score less, but you will get marks. But in objective type questions, it is 0 or 1, something like that. Whether you are right or wrong, there is nothing between. So, objectivity of the view is a leader is generally is able to pinpoint the stress areas, important areas, valuable areas, very, very effectively. This is that objectivity of the view. What is important, a leader brings out very, very straightway. He or she doesn't beat around the bush. He or she is very objective, very specific. So this should be highlighted that you mean something. You are not confused. This is what is objectivity clarifies. You are not a confused mind. You are not under stress. You are not puzzled. You are not showing that anxiety. This is what is objectivity of the view. Okay, open mindedness to the problem. You are receiving ideas. You are not only pushing your ideas, you are open minded. If there is a good point, you are easily incorporating it. You are taking it on board very, very naturally. You are not rigid. Even if it is a good point and you are not accepting it, you are rigid. You are foolish. Your ego is coming in between. Try and understand this open mindedness. Goodwill towards others in general. In your group, there may be some people who are not prepared, who don't know what is this group learning exercise, or they are not able to understand what was the situation. But you will not firstly laugh at them, you will not mock them, you will not treat them as if अरे तुमको कुछ नहीं पता, तुम साइड में हो जाओ. It may not be directly said, but it is visible to GTO through your body language. This is the last thing one should resort to. Even by mistake, you should not reflect such body language. Then you are gone. You're finished. So goodwill towards others, because every team member is your part. Never forget that. Nobody should be missed out. And that is what is people say na. किसी ने अभी तक बोला नहीं है तो अरे try and make that person also speak. But it should be natural actually. It should be genuine from your heart. That should be the case. Okay. What is your contribution to the collective solution? It is very important. You might have given complete solution because everyone has written solution. Everyone has given it. But how it is contributing to the overall solution is very important. I'm telling you, even if your solution is not matching with the group solution, but when it came to discussion, you are showing very good spirit of team and you are contributing to the ideas which the group has highlighted. Something like in PPDT, which happens on first day. You undergone the picture perception phase of the PPDT. When it comes to discussion stage of PPDT, your story is not at all concerned with the group discussion. The entire theme is different. But how effectively you adapt and go for collective solution. This is that beautiful art of a leader. Same is applicable here. Your own solution you submitted. Forget about it. You are discussing it. If some of your points are not accepted by the group, don't be rigid. See where the group wants to go. You try and convince once. Okay, this point I have got. I am very convinced about it, but the group is not convinced. So forget about it. Once you explain to it, GTO has heard it. Let GTO decide whether the overall group was full or what. So it is your way of handling it. Okay, my point I put forward, but the group is not agreeing. Let's participate now constructively in group activity. Take the group's point. Ability to convince every time you speak and say something, your ability to convince is at forefront. Ability to coordinate. Entire discussion is about coordination by few players. May not be all, but some of them are really coordinating well. So in general, planning and organizing ability is at stake. What is exactly happening? There is a situation and you are planning and doing organizing. Effective level of functioning and group cohesiveness at the end of the GPE is visible. Okay. Any doubts so far?
No, sir.
For reference, when you do planning there or some of the standard figures, you must note down how you move cars and similar vehicles. The general speed we take 50 km per hour. Generally, in the olden times, it was van given to the group 40 km per hour on a metal roads. Okay, I'm talking about metal roads. Bike 50 km per hour, bus 30 km per hour, cycle 10 km per hour. On metal roads, you take half of the metal road speeds. Okay, for running, you take 6 km per hour, walking 4 km per hour. So these are the standard figures which are common sense actually. And you operate with these figures. Any doubt so far? Otherwise, I will be explaining a situation now and we will give 10 minutes for individual solution. We will not go for group discussion, but we will listen to few solutions, those who are volunteer to speak. And then we will discuss one of the solution actually. There can be many solutions, at least 4 to 5. Or permutation combination, it can be many. But a general line we will discuss. So how many are likely to participate? Who is going to participate?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Dubey
Yes, sir.
Saab, then Renuka, Subodh,
Pages, sir.
Tejas,
Yes, sir.
Omkar.
Yes,
Suraj?
yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Okay, Omkar. And others can listen actually. Next time you can participate. Okay. What we will do? Now we will go to the. I will explain the GPE model, not the way in a detail. Just it is not very difficult. Okay. Just a moment. Okay. This is generally the model in front of you, which will be on a wooden plank or wooden fatta kind of thing. So I will explain. Firstly, the model, the scale. This is that scale which is generally written on that. 10 centimeter is equivalent of 1 kilometer. That means 10 centimeter on ground. Suppose this you can feel on board that this is the 10 kilometer of uh, 10 centimeter. So it depicts 1 kilometer actually. So if you see, if this is 10 centimeter, so this comes maybe 15 times at least. So 10 centimeter is 1 kilometer. So this actually, this distance you can gauge how much is this distance. So if it is horizontally 15 kilometer by vertically 20 kilometer, so the area covered in our board is roughly 15 kilometer by 20 kilometer. Within the visible boundaries of this model, you see distances 15 by 20. Okay. Now coming to some of the important things. The prominent road which towards the west goes Mithanagar. Mithanagar from here it is 6 kilometer. From here, from the edge of our model, 6 kilometer. And towards the east, directions are important. Huh? East, Arjun Kunj, 7 kilometer. The north is depicted here, that is upwards. That means this is north. And in that reference, I am talking west, east, south, north. Okay. On the north side, Devgarh is 15 kilometer from here. On the south side, Devganj is 20 kilometer. Now within the model, the prominent road east-west you saw. Generally in the center there is a Janak Chowk. From there, a road crosses, which is Devganj to Devigarh. Okay, Devganj to Devigarh. There is a Kacha track. This dotted line is Kacha track. Okay, this is Kacha track. This goes to a construction site. There is a construction site here, and there is a pit which will have some mention in the narrative. There is a shopping complex on the road Mithanagar to Arjun Kunj. There is Hira Vihar here. This depicts some of the houses, that means a small village is there. And a road from Devganj to Mithanagar, half of it is metal. This is a Pakka road, and thereafter it is a Kacha road from Hara Vihar. So this Kacha track is depicted. This is double dotted, means four wheeler can go. This is single dotted, that means a two wheeler can go. This is general understanding of the depiction. So there is a labor colony in the northeast of the model. Here also this indicates some of the houses, a small colony. And there is a Kacha track leading to the main road. You see these tracks, you must note down. And then towards the southeast, there is a factory complex. Here there is a residential area and the factory is there. This is that depiction. Okay. So overall, it is a plain area. There is no mountain, there is no jungle, nothing is depicted. It is a plain area. So metal roads are there, kacha tracks are there, some of the houses are there, small colonies are there, construction site is there. Okay, just have a look at model. Now I will narrate the story or the setting. Shall I go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you are a group of students. Generally it is as many as you are now, so I will assume 10. You all will note down while devising your solutions or writing your solutions. You take planning figure of 10. You are a group of 10 coming from Devganj. This is that Devganj in the south. You're coming from Devganj in a van. You are in a van to participate in a football match starting at 5 p.m. at Arjun Kunj. You are coming from Devganj and you are heading towards Arjun Kunj. Okay. 250 meters short of the Janak Chowk. Here is a Janak Chowk. 250 meters short, somewhere here. Now here comes that scale. You must correlate. 250 meters will be how many centimeters in that actual model, which will be kept in front of you, so that when you speak, you will speak with reference to that model. You must pinpoint at model. Okay, 250 meters short of the Janak Chowk, your van has a tire puncture. As you are changing the puncture tire, you hear some shouting and smoke coming out from the factory complex. This is that area which can be hardly you can gauge. Now I will leave it to you. If you are able to hear some kind of crowd shouting and smoke you can see, you visualize the distance. Okay, puncture tire, you hear some shouting and smoke coming out from the factory complex. It happens. Very day to day life, you see if there is a fire somewhere, you see smoke. At the same time, a man approaches you and informs you that he and his friend have been robbed by four men in a car 2 kilometers towards Arjun Kunj. That means you are here, so towards Arjun Kunj, 2 kilometers, somewhere here. They are robbed. After injuring his friend severely on the head, they have taken his bag containing rupees 10,000. He also tells you that his friend is unable to move and bleeding profusely, and that he had heard them mention about going to Mithanagar, that people are going towards Mithanagar, who robbed them after stealing another car from the shopping complex. They have already stolen a car, now they are robbed these two, and now they are moving towards Mithanagar. As you plan your action, a laborer comes running and informs you that his boy, aged 10 years, has fallen in a 20 feet deep construction pit. This is that construction pit. Okay, someone's mic is on. Just check because I am not able to see the list. Okay, so a 10-year boy has fallen in a 20 feet deep construction pit, is hurt and requires help. It is a Sunday. The factory has minimal staff. Due to last night's storm, all telephone and cellular phone services in this area are not functioning. Time now is 3:30 p.m. What will you do or what will be your plan of action? Any doubt? I take it as no doubt. Now I will give you 5 minutes to read and 10 minutes to solve. So in all 15 minutes. I'm giving on a plus side actually. So 15 minutes you solve your solution. So I take it who all are solving. Let me see. Suraj, Dubesab, Subodh, Renuka, Tejas, Omkar. And if anyone else also wants to solve, we will hear a couple of solutions. So before leaving you for solution, I will suggest one model how you should think, which generally people know. You should plan. Suppose I will just explain. Okay, this is tabular. You may not make it tabular. You just reference I am giving you how you must plan. Suppose first challenge or priority first you are planning. You are writing here what is exactly the activity you are planning, what resources you are using, you are moving from where to where. Distance is whatever your judgment, how much time it will take, what will be the running time, and you will write remarks what exactly is happened. So for all, suppose second is written here, third is written here, okay, the fourth one is written here, okay. So suppose there are four, so you write something like this. So this is a broad template. You may write in point format, you may make it some kind of other little bit changed format, but this is how you must think. What is the challenge, what is the activity? Suppose there is a boy fallen in a pit, so that is an activity to save that fallen boy, to take out him, take him to the hospital. How many of you will be involved, what kind of mode of transport you will use, resource you will use, from where to where you are moving, what is the distance, how much time you will take, something like that. Okay, this much hint I will give, and then I'll in the end we'll discuss one recommended solution, which is one of the solution. Okay, so I will leave it at this. I will keep flashing that thing. Any doubt before I mute myself for 15 minutes? No doubt. I will keep that this thing flashed. So shall I start your time now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I will mute myself. I will not interact now. You study yourself. I hope everyone is able to finish.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we will start with Dubey Saab.
Yes, sir.
See, this is not the exactly it will be done there, but just because of virtual constraints, let's hear your solution individually. We will see here three, four, and we will discuss on one recommended thing. We will discuss if there is any critical observation on your solutions. Okay, Dubey Saab, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Good morning, friends. When we were leading towards Arjun Nagar for playing football match, we met with 6 problems near Janak Chowk. We will solve them simultaneously as per priority. Priority one: saving life of injured. Friends, we will send 2 persons uh, with with the man who came, who is the friend of that person, from Janak Chowk to Arjun Nagar. Distance around 14 kilometers. Time taken is 10 minutes. They will hospitalize him, and thereafter they will go to the police station and inform about the robbers. Priority two: hospitalizing the child. One friend with the father of the child will go to the construction pit, and with the help of the laborers available at construction pit, took him to the Arjun Nagar by the available vehicle, uh, available passing vehicle. Distance around 25 kilometers. Time taken 30 minutes. Priority three: fire at factory. One friend will go to the factory, and with the help of factory staff, he will extinguish fire from from Janak Chowk to factory complex. Distance around 2.5 kilometer. He will go by running. Time taken will be 30 minutes. And priority four: catching robbers at shopping complex. Two friends with person at shopping complex will catch the robber. Distance around 10 kilometers, and time taken will be around time taken will be around 45 minutes. And meanwhile, they will also recover the money taken by robbed by from the person. And thereafter, before moving to the priority one, they will also got their van repaired by changing the stepney tire. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Dubey Saab, one correction. Arjun Kunj, huh? Arjun Vihar nahi.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Then comes never allot single person for any task. Generally minimum body pair. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Then use of word like catching of robbers. It will naturally come to your mind because you are already in uniform. So what is expected? We will alert the system. We will facilitate or assist. Our job is not catching. Okay.
Sir.
Nabbing them is not our task. We will delay, prevent, and then once this our job is done, our aim is to reach by 5 o'clock at our destination. Our match is there. Okay, Dubey sir.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
okay, but you highlighted four problems, but you said six.
Sir, I have highlighted all 6, as I have given the solution in between.
Okay,
As one is punctured vehicle, and thereafter
okay,
another is 10,000 robbed by the person.
okay. You can categorize this as a sub problem within a problem when you say in a narration within the group that we have to get our tire repair also. Okay, so this can be just subtle thing but not highlighting as our top challenges. But obviously it is one of the thing which is going on simultaneously, there is no doubt about it, especially getting our vehicle repaired. Okay, okay, we will hear two more solutions. Renuka.
Yes, sir.
Okay, little louder, huh? Then
Yes, sir. Is it okay now?
yes, yes.
So in this solution, in this GPA, I have considered five. I've observed five problems in this, and I've prioritized it in this way. That the first is we need to save the injured man. Then the second is that the fire at the factory complex. Then the third is boy trapped in the construction site pit, and fourth is to get the thieves arrested for the stolen money and the stolen car, and fifth is to repair the the tire of the van. Then I've considered the group divided into the group of twos, which will be now we'll have five subgroups, each group having two people. So and they will work simultaneously in a way that the whatever the task is assigned to them, it will be get completed along with the traveling in mostly 1 hour. So firstly, two people will proceed with the man who came that his friend is injured. They'll proceed with the man by taking lift from the road. As we can see, it is a metal road, and they can get a lift quickly and take him to the hospital, which and the nearby place that will be having a hospital will be Arjun Kunj. It is 7 kilometer alongside the road. So they'll take him to the hospital. Give him the first aid and take him to the hospital. Then two people will go check the factory complex, as it is very close from the van from where they have got the van punctured. They can go by walking. It is a walking distance. They can go quickly with the peoples in the factory complex, and the water and fire extinguishers that will be present there. They will calm down first the people, calm down the fire, evacuate them, and give first aid to the people. Then and proceed back to the van to where the van got punctured, that location, mostly completing all this in 1 hour, as it is a very small distance. Then two people again then two people will are there, and with the few workers at the construction site, they'll proceed first. As the one father who got to here, they'll proceed. Two people will proceed with him by taking left from the metal road till the construction site, and along with the people from the construction sites and the instruments there with the rope of pulley, rope, crane, they can use for, first to evacuate the boy from the pit and give him first aid. Then these will report back to the Janak Chowk along by again taking left from the metal road to so that they can meet the other students. Then the next group of two people will quickly take a left from the Janak Chowk and reach to the shopping complex, alerting their security systems and police about the four thieves that have stolen the bag of a person, describing them the bag and the four thieves about the four thieves and how they are planning to get a car stolen from there so that they can act on it and hence arrest them. And these men will also report back to Janok Chowk by taking a left back. And two people will stay near the van, get the punctured tire repaired and quickly, so that they can pick others from the Janak Chowk and hence proceed towards Arjun Kunj. And by 5 p.m., these all things mostly all the subgroups will do their task along 1 hour, so that there will be half an hour still remaining, so that they can use it for the traveling time to reach Arjun Kunj for the football match at 5 p.m. Thank you.
Okay, Renuka, uh, you can just develop little art of making it point wise, little modulation, so that emphasis is there. You correctly brought out, okay, you started with prioritizing things and give priority first and then explain. That is one way of handling it. I will come to more points. We will listen one more solution.
Yes,
Any
sir.
volunteer?
Tejas,
Who is there?
Tejas, sir.
Tejas. Okay, Tejas, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So we are a group of 10 people and we are traveling from Devganj to Arunkunj for a football match. Uh, I prioritize the problems. There are three problems I identified and I prioritized as first to save the profusely bleeding man, second that the fire broke out at the factory complex, and third is that the boy fallen in the construction pit. My solution goes like this: a team of 10 people will be divided into 2, 4, and 3, and the remaining one will be dealing with the punctured vehicle. So, first, the team A with the two men will immediately run towards bleeding men. Uh, they can take help of any passing by vehicle from the Janak Chowk, and they can provide first aid to the immediately bleeding profuse men to stop the or slow down the flow. and the repaired van can be taken to evacuate him to the nearest hospital at Arun Kunj, which will be a distance which will be at a distance approximately 13 kilometers. So time taken will be approximately 30 minutes. Secondly, the team of 4 men will rush to factory complex along with other men, and they will help in firefighting and rescue operation. The distance is approximately 3 kilometer, and time taken will be 12 minutes by running or walking. And after firefighting, they will reach to Arunj Kunj by taking some help from the Janak Chowk. The third point is the 3 men will rush to Janak Chowk and will take some two-wheeler vehicle, and they will then after they will rush to construction pit to evacuate the boy who has fallen in the construction pit. They can use the resources like rope and pulley available at the construction site. The distance will be approximately 7 kilometer, and they will hardly take 15 to 20 minutes to reach by two-wheelers. And by the time they can reach back to Aranjkot to be available for the football match.
Okay, okay, Tejas. A major observation: don't use vague word like we'll catch some vehicle, and that shows little lack of confidence or clarity. Always be specific. We will use a vehicle which is first, which comes across. ऐसे type language use करो. Okay,
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Some, any, or some kind of that word you should not use. You used in all three. Okay, but you left out. You don't want to do anything with robbers.
I missed that point. I have written that the team A will reach to Arun's Kunj, so they will file a complaint in the police station, and they will inform the police station of Mithila Nagar that the robbers are moving from shopping complex to Mithila Nagar so that they can catch.
Okay, but in the initial priority, you did not give them mention.
Yes, I have not mentioned it.
Okay, okay, no issue. Uh, Now coming to some of the very important aspects. Though they just started by saying we are a group of 10 moving from Devgans to Arjun Kunj. This is an important thing. You must highlight where are you, what you are doing. Like it is recommended, I feel personally, you must highlight in your present position. कहाँ हो आप? You are a group of 10 people. You are heading for a football match from Devganj to Arjun Kunj. Presently stuck 250 meters short of Janak Chowk. You can utilize the model in front of you to showcase, okay, we are here. It brings little common platform. ये ग्रुप सॉल्यूशन निकालना है, सबको एक जगह फील होना चाहिए. Okay, so this is first and foremost suggestion from my side, that always highlight. If someone has not highlighted, you take a lead. Okay, gentlemen, firstly we will highlight where are we. In this particular area we are at 250 meters short of Janak Chowk. Our car is getting, our van getting repaired. We are a group of 10 people. We are facing some challenges and we want to help them out. Okay, now comes giving aim. You must give aim. Though we are facing challenges, our aim is to reach football match, because that is our primary aim, which is starting at 5 p.m. Okay, this is important. You must highlight during your discussions. You must have written in your written solution, but you must highlight during group discussion. Okay, and it should be in the initial part. And if you get an opportunity to start, it is an ideal way. Okay, okay, gentlemen, we are a group of 10 presently stuck 250 meters short of Janak Chowk. A van is getting repaired, and we are having these many challenges. And in that, my priority is like this, something like that. Okay. Now coming to point of contentious areas where discussions will highlight. Discussions will get heated. These are the areas priorities. Moment a speaker is speaking and priority में किसी को कुछ objection है तो he will interject, he will come in or she will come in and object. So this is how these are practical objections, interruptions. You must know, you must be prepared to counter, to support your point of view. Then next area will be moment. किस area से किस area जा रहे हैं. Suppose you are carrying, this will be invariably a common thing, you are saving some injured person. A person moving, suppose you are taking that person to a hospital which is in Arjun Kunj. You must have support for it. Why you are heading towards Arjun Kunj and not to Devigarh or Mithanagar or to Devganj? You must have a valid reason, whether it is in terms of time, good road, vehicle going to that direction, or we are heading towards that direction, whatever. You must have common sense logic. Then next will be group strength. Like I objected or suggested, Dubey Sahab, ki never use one person, because two people should be there so that if something goes wrong, because these are all challenges where no person should be stuck alone. So generally body pair, तो strength पे भी difference of opinion हो सकता है. Someone will use 3, someone will use 2, or someone goes for 4. Group of strength for particular solving of problem. So this will be a contentious areas. Then it may be use of resources. Someone will use cycle, someone will say कि okay we will go running, someone will say okay no we will use public transport, someone will say here in this case वैन रिपेयर करके भी कोई यूज करेगा. अपनी वैन तो हो जाएगी 10 मिनट में, तो पंक्चर ठीक हो जाता है, कौन सी बड़ी बात है. तो दिस इज ऑल कॉमन सेंस. यूज योर वैन. पंक्चर निकालने के लिए वैन का नॉट मोर देन 10 मिनट्स. पंक्चर इन द सेंस स्टेप नहीं लगेगी वहां, पंक्चर थोड़ी निकलेगा वहां, स्टेप नहीं बदलेगी. ओके. Then comes a very common sense point in this. You are going for what? Football match. So you are playing members, you can assume. So first aid आपके पास होगा. फुटबॉल में तो सबसे ज्यादा इंजरी होती है, हॉकी फुटबॉल में. तो ये जो प्रोफ्यूजली ब्लीडिंग, ब्लीडिंग जो वर्ड था, आई विल जस्ट हाईलाइट, जस्ट अ मोमेंट. इस वर्ड पे बहुत इंपॉर्टेंस देना है. प्रोफ्यूजली ब्लीडिंग. तो फिर एक कॉमन सेंस, ये डिस्कशन में छोटा छोटा पॉइंट कोई अगर आपको कॉमन सेंस से आ जाए, दैट गिव्स लॉट ऑफ गुड इंप्रेशन. क्योंकि हमारे पास भी है, इमीडिएटली कुछ बैंडेज वैंडेज करके या कुछ करके, ऑल दोस थिंग्स. आई एम जस्ट हाईलाइटिंग सम कॉमन सेंस पॉइंट. ओके, वी विल गो टू वन रिकमेंडेड सॉल्यूशन. वी विल डिस्कस दैट एंड सो दैट अदर्स विल अंडरस्टैंड कि ओके, क्योंकि ये जो नरेशन है उसमें कम समझ में आता है. ओके, you can give aim like to complete the 4 tasks. If it is 4, someone may have 5, someone may have 4, so it can be that way. And reach Arjun Kunj to play football match by 5 p.m. This is very important. In military way of dealing, your primary objective is very important. Terms of reference kind of thing, कि ये आपके ऊपर बाइंडिंग है. ये नहीं कि वो करते रह गए और छोड़ दिया आपने, वो गए ही नहीं मैच के लिए. This is a compromising of your duty. So you must not forget your primary aim. So ideally you should assemble at one place by after doing all those tasks. This is also a recommended thing. You must have common, and that is how you actually plan which city to go. Groups to go to different direction but come at one common point. ऐसे नहीं होगा कि तुम उधर से उधर पहुंच जाओ, तुम उधर से उधर ही चले जाओ. No, that is not a recommended way of handling. Unity विदाउट मिसिंग ऑन एनी प्लेयर, उसके लिए, क्योंकि कोई 2 प्लेयर पता ही नहीं चल रहा है, पहुंच ही नहीं रहे, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता. तो दिस इज दो थ्योरेटिकल बट योर लाइन ऑफ थॉट should be on these directions. Okay, so this is aim. One can write aim. Now this is one of the solution, not the only solution. Priority 1, save the injured man. Priority 2, save the boy fallen in construction pit. Priority 3, extinguish the fire in the factory. And red herring or priority 4. Red herring means, okay, this is one of the thing to catch the assailants, which is not the appropriate word, but to help nabbing those robbers, okay, who are, because see, we as a students not expected to do the duties of police, but assist the police, something like that, okay. Now coming to binding factor, ये आपको थ्रू आउट सॉल्यूशन नहीं बोलना है, इसीलिए टाइम प्लान बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। आपको 5 बजे कहाँ पहुंचना है। रिसोर्सेज के लिए कुछ हिंट क्या क्या हो सकते हैं। वैन ऑब्वियस रिसोर्सेज है, आप वैन में ही तो जा रहे थे। ग्रुप ऑफ 8 और 10, आई गिव यू 10। वैन का ड्राइवर भी एक्स्ट्रा है। फ्रेंड ऑफ इंजर्ड मैन जो आया था आपको बताने, और लेबरर कॉलोनी के लेबरर। कुछ हिडन इमेजिनेबल रिसोर्सेज, ट्रैफिक प्लाइंग ऑन द रोड, police station, fire station, hospital at Mitanagar, Arjun Kunj, Harawiyar. You can imagine actually. Laborers from laborer colony, another laborers, watchmen at factory complex. एक watchman आप assume कर सकते हो minimum. People and security guards at shopping complex. People means those who are doing shopping. Firefighting equipment in factory complex. No factory will have. It will have basic firefighting equipment, extinguishers. First aid kit in van, and you being a football player, आपका own kit, that can be hidden resources. Okay, one recommended solution we will just see. One, okay, how you write actually. I will just read one. You can have a look at others. Just a moment. You can see the slide.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So first one, what it says, what is the activity? Take injured man to hospital to Haranagar, or you can write. This is what is permutation combination. What is the resources? Two candidates from your group, one van driver, one van, and the friend of injured man. वो तो रहेगा ही। तो यानी आप 4 लोग हो गए। तो ये वैन रिपेयर इन द सेंस टायर चेंज करके यू आर यूजिंग इमीडिएट अवेलेबल, ये वन ऑफ द सॉल्यूशन। देयर कैन बी मेनी सॉल्यूशंस, ओके, फ्रॉम वेयर टू वेयर, जनक चौक टू एक्सीडेंट साइट, then going to which place, Haranagar hospital. What is the anticipated distance? 8.5 kilometers. How much will be the assumed time? 13 minutes will be required to reach. This is all your guesswork. Then running time at 3:43 you started, 3:53 you reached, something like that. 3:43, what activity started? Admit injured person to hospital, 10 minutes, leave his friend in hospital. You will not stop there. Then next you go to police station, inform about robbery. This can be done by 2 to 3 groups, so that there is a multiple direction coverage. Then return back to Janak Chowk and drive to Arjun. This is theoretically, you can write in your own language, your own thing. Similarly, second, third, fourth. Okay, you can have a look, read it. This is one solution, not the only solution. Okay, this is not an ideal solution. If you see in the robber's case, remarks column, you travel by car or bus from Janak Chowk, get down at shopping complex, inform police beat. What is police beat? The patrolling parties, they have some police vehicle which is generally moving in the area at the shopping complex. There must be a police beat team. Help them identify. अभी इसमें discussion हो सकता है कि how can you assume police वहाँ होगी? You can say generally police are generally alert. They are moving patrolling duties. अगर police station है तो उसका one place to other place, shopping complex area में you see people moving, police moving. So you identify the identify the assailants. So in that role you are assisting the person who has come and informed. will assist with your group कि ओके ये थे वो लोग, पहचानने हैं ना उनको. Return back to Janak Chowk and drive to Arjun Kunj. So this can be a way of writing. Okay, just have a look, but you can have your own style. I will not say कि ऐसे ही लिखना है. No, you can have generally this kind of template in your own style. Sequence can be here and there. You can write activity, then you can write distances, places, then you write resource, then you write uh, detailed explanation of your activity, whatever way. Don't uh, write the way coached students write. No, give always your own touch. Okay, any doubt? Any doubt?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, what we will do now, I hope it gives some sense, some clarity, some kind of hints कि अच्छा इस एक्सरसाइज को ऐसे करना है. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. uh, if there is no doubt, we will end here. We had this particular aspect discussing it because there is never an ideal solution or only way of handling it. No, your common sense, your confidence, your reasoning ability, all these things are more important than your solution. Your approach is more important. So that is the key areas. You must understand this. Okay, we will end here. Bye. Jai Hind.
Jan, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Then,
sir.
sir.
Jai Hind, sir.
Bye.